Okay, game on. Play day number 13. And we got Inting for Ruby against Chili Mountain. Chili Mountain today without Breeze and Wooby. Yeah, they were subbing in last week, and if you missed that match, I would highly recommend it. Playday 12, it was Chili Mountain against 30k, absolute epic match, and yeah, Wooby and Breeze in the game are of course always a treat, but the series itself was also pretty fascinating. So if you haven't caught that yet, that's a recommendation right there, go back and check it out. But as we're heading into our first match of the day, this is obviously rank number 5, Chili Mountain, against Inting for Ruby, who's still in 8th place. And I gotta say, Chili Mountain, they had a little bit of a weird one. We are obviously on the newest patch, that's why Vala is being first picked here. So we're going to take a closer look at how exactly all of that interacts. I mean, this is the first games that are being played out on the newest patch on the competitive level. So Storm League is always We'll see what the teams are actually getting out of this, but Vala obviously right now one of the high priority heroes for the picks and bans here, and Had is wasting no time locking her in. But as I was about to say, we have a situation right now in which Chili Mountain technically could still overtake Team Soundless. There's only 2 play days, there's today's match and the match next week before we're heading into the playoffs. And Chili Mountain is currently 4 points behind Soundless. Now, that's doable. If you have a bit of luck and Soundless screws up in 1 or 2 of their matches, then that is definitely still doable. So we'll see what they can actually do here. But at that point, we got Falstead in, we got Stukov in, we get Lucio and Dehaka. Dehaka, Baby Houdini, again, he was once more a little bit late because he was still getting his coffee. I can empathize, by the way. They didn't leave me any time to drink my own coffee, but I'll assure you, I will chuck that thing down once that the draft's over. Anyways, Baby Houdini on his Dehaka again. Falstead, by the way, some of the Falstead bugs around his W have now been fixed, so they are allowed, but there of course are other bugs now in the game that have been banned. I mean, Johanna and some of her Falling Sword setup, for example, is one of those. Another one is with Jimmy and the respawn timings. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that Blizzard has pretty heavily screwed up in the last patch again when it came to bugs. Not even talking about those experience globes. But, well, we'll see how everything pans out today. First of all, we got Tyrael in here for Gia now as well. We have the next pick about to be locked in 2. Infernal Shrines kicks us off with Stukov taken on the side of the red team. One of the heroes that got banned right away was Varian. But you can already tell from the ban pattern that we have from Inting for Ruby that they're looking at this and they're saying like, well, we're targeting the front line. We're targeting Gia a little bit. And it's honestly, they're just shutting down any kind of one-shot kill combo with Stukov follow-up, with damage follow-up that they can. But with the Alarak pick for Azerite now, we have still a lot of control around these shrine fights. And a good combo from Alarak will go a long way to set them up here in all of this. So there's that. But the last 2 picks coming in now for Inting for Ruby, and it gives us Zarya for the extra sustain, and Jojo is coming in. Alright, Johanna in the game, Svamgrota with Illidan. Feel the hatred of 10,000 Storm League games. Alright guys, Infernal Shrines, first map, let's kick this off and head straight into the first match of the day. Chili Mountain going up against Inting for Ruby. Now our first map is Infernal Shrines. Let's get going. Game number 1, everybody. Yeah, Inting for Ruby against Chili Mountain. On the left side, Nox on Lucio. Fish on Johanna, Baby Houdini on Dehaka, Mind Talk on Zarya, and Vala is kicking things off with a fire at will right here. Again, we're going to talk a little bit about the heroes that came in. Obviously, this is not going to be a patch review, but just to focus a little bit on some of the reworks and also on what has been done here. So at this point, the new talent kicks in, fire at will, going for a multi-shot setup on Infernal Shrines. That doesn't come as a surprise. We have Makke on Falstad for the team in red. We get Svamgrota on Illidan, Bakul on Stukov, Gia on Tyrael, and Azerite is playing Alarak. Couple of new skins have also made it into the game, as you can see. So Fish at this point is already rocking the Overwatch style, as you can see. And one of the things, I mean, again, Vala in general has been changed quite a bit, and she's incredibly strong right now. Makke already experiencing that firsthand as Vala comes in and takes the bird down. Chicken for dinner, baby. Yeah, already a good start here for Inting for Ruby. Nicely done by them. Now, there's a couple of things that Blizzard has done. First of all, when we're talking about the multi-shot The damage was decreased a little bit. We have, of course, other talents that can make up for it now. But there were a few baseline changes to Vala during the rework, not only the talents. The damage on the basic attacks, then again, has been increased, and that is going to make up for a lot, especially later on in the game. The range that she can get now around her level 20 with a full setup is absolutely bonkers. So we're going to see probably a huge focus on Vala in the upcoming weeks here at the Masters Clash, depending on what Blizzard is going to do with potential follow-up patches. But considering that it took them 3 months to even fix some of the really annoying false set bugs, I'm not really so sure if we're going to get any patches anytime soon. Either way, we'll find out, we'll see. For now, as you can tell, we already have Illidan up at the top. Dehaka and Illidan, they're pretty much still doing the same thing here, so they're currently just trying to ensure that they're getting all the experience. And with the rotation coming in, Baby Houdini might find himself in trouble. Svamkurota is now moving in as well, starts to attack, but Baby Houdini is still able to move out of harm's way. Now, one of the things that we of course now also have in the game is the new changes towards the experience globes, as you can see right here. So before, I mean honestly, back in the days of HGC, you didn't have experience globes in the first place, so either you got the experience or you didn't. Then Blizzard thought, hey, it's a great idea to put those globes up for 6 seconds on the map, which already rewarded players that played worse, that had sloppy rotations, because now you had an extra 6 seconds to catch the experience. You didn't need to go for crisp rotations to catch all of the minion experience, so that was already to accommodate some of the casual player base here. And then Blizzard now thought, well, now we're gonna change it up a little bit, and we're gonna include an additional 39 seconds in which you still at least get 25% experience out of every minion. So pretty much you have like all day to catch those globes. Good kills, by the way, also coming in here from Zarya, so that's kind of nice. And that's already 3 kills to 0. But the point at the end of the day is pretty much that Blizzard is making good soaking and good rotations towards lane more and more meaningless with every single patch. And apparently they feel like that's a great idea. Personally, I think that's an atrocious idea. I think that's fucking horrible. And it's, in my opinion, a disaster for competitive play. Because beforehand, the team could really excel with good, clean, crisp rotations, make a strategy around denying experience to the opponent's team. And with every single great idea that Blizzard has, that gets more and more difficult. I mean, back in the days of HGC, but even afterwards, you've seen so many teams that made plays and positions on the map happen where they would slow down an opponent just by a few seconds in a rotation from lane A to B to make sure that they're losing out on some experience. Oh, 7 HP! Not bad. Yeah, now you just simply don't have that anymore, at least not to the same extent, and I think that's a problem. Blizzard seems to follow the philosophy lately that you balance the game around bad players and accommodate them, and I personally believe that, especially with esports in mind, that's the worst thing they can do. You always balance the game around the top, and then you teach the other players, the worst players, how to play the game. If somebody doesn't want to train, if somebody doesn't want to learn, that's their problem. As long as the resources are there, you know. But yeah, again, that's me looking at it from an esports perspective and focusing on competitive. I'm sure a lot of the casuals kind of want it, but what's the next step here? Removing all of the skill shots and just making it a point and click all the time? Honestly, not a fan. But we talked about this already a little bit. Just a few things that were changed in the patch. But by now, we already have, of course, the first objective taken. And honestly, I've been talking about the patch a little bit, but there isn't really too much that happened just now, because Chili Mountain wants to play for the late game here, as you can see. They have the combo where once they hit level 10, they got a lot of good tools with, for example, Tyrael. I would not be surprised to see some kind of Judgment, Hinterland Blast, Illidan Hunt, Alarak follow-up. This is still something where Chili Mountain can meme a little bit. But as I mentioned during the draft, for them there's quite a bit on the line, since at least theoretically they still have a chance to overtake Team Soundless, who are currently in 4th place. So there's that. But either way, the composition of the red team is stronger as the game progresses, with especially Illidan starting to scale a little bit further. So they gave up the first objective, didn't really fight for it either. They just wanted to keep an experience range, which they accomplished. I mean, both teams are at level 9. They got the kill against Dehaka, but outside of that, Inting for Ruby is currently in the lead on the kill count. And we got the boombox in for Vala, we got the Arsenal level 4, we got the Hot Pursuit now in as well. So again, changed around a little bit, as you might have already caught on. Hot Pursuit traditionally was a level 1 talent, has now been moved towards a level 7. as you can see in this case. Interestingly enough, Frostshot is now also a level 7 talent, so there's actually a couple of stuff going on with Vala, where at first you're looking at it and you're like, wait, what? But in this case, they go for the Hot Pursuit, so Hat is still working in these auto attacks, getting the Hatred stacks, also still stacking around his level 1 here, as you can see. And yep, going for that damage on the shrines. If you can carpet the entire area with just any kind of AoE, that's always a win, because you're getting points towards the objective and you're getting hero damage in. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Anyways, with all of this being said and done, yeah, there we go. Hinterland Blast, Judgment, and the Hunt. I mean, I just talked about it and they're indeed going for it. So yeah, they're coming straight in for it. Going for the full-on blow-up against anyone they can find. Maybe not Fish on Jojo. That's one of the few that probably has a way to deal with that. The best out of the opponent's team, but still kind of interesting to note. Now, as all of this happens, they even have the Deadly Charge for Alarak, just noting it here. 12,000 damage for Falstad. The Birdie is currently top damage here in the game. And they're waiting. Gia's already sticking this out. I think Vala is going to be their prime target if they can make a move there. The location... The position of Zarya is obviously going to be very, very impactful, no matter who's the target here. But yep, they're going for the blow-up comp. They're going full all out. Yep, but there it is, already shut down, and the kill against Illidan. Illidan was really done in this one, and so is Tyrael, so that's a double kill. And Chili Mountain, if they continue like this, are going to be heavily punished for memeing too much. So right now, top side, there we go. Ah, look at all these experience globes. Birdie comes in and still gets a lot of this. Ah, it grinds my gears whenever I see that. It's like, yeah, bug Blizzard, honestly. Anyways, so now that we're looking at our mid lane push, Inting for Ruby is getting some serious damage against the structures in. Yeah, they're coming through here pretty quickly, taking the wall down, and since this is also the lane of the Punisher, if they lock it in, they're gonna have a good day. Hinterland, baby! And Lucio gets out! They couldn't even get the kill, no! Hey, Hinterland is in, got interrupted earlier. With it, they would have probably been able to lock it in, but Zarya is at least dead, so they get 1. That's already good. Problem is, it's 20 stacks against 10, but with a bit of luck and dedication, Chili Mountain should be able to catch up on this and lock it in finally. Yeah, Illidan, of course, is also still able to chase them down. There's still forts on the map, so he doesn't have that much space to work with. But then again, here's the attack against Stukov, and he is dead too. Yeah, Stukov down, Lucio down, both of the supports are gone. Vala coming in with Gloom right away once again, and honestly that's a talent that she will desperately need whenever she is the target of the combo on the red team side. The level 13 talent, they give them a power spike, so now they can start to come through the mid lane and take that fort down, and nobody's gonna stop them here. The fort is the only thing that's left standing. There's no fountain, there's no wall, there's nothing where you can bait the Punisher over and try to safely take it down. So here comes the attack. The Haka has moved straight back up towards the top. And it's party time. The isolation against Alarak. And nicely done by Baby Houdini as he comes in and also connects the drag, but well played with Stukov too. So now that the fort is down, there's the jump again. Attack against the Punisher, and this time they can bait it over the wall towards the keep. And of course now it's going to be burned down very quickly. There's more camps up on the map. And the blue team is going for them right away. So, 6 kills to 2 right now. Pretty much no lead in experience on the other hand. And when it comes to damage, 24,000 for Alarak, 28,000 for Vala. Starting to stack, of course, her level 1 in particular, getting more multi-shot action. And Vala is going to be an absolute beast as this continues, especially in the late game. If you're talking about any kind of shrine fight, she just absolutely excels at this. With the follow-up support that she gets from Zarya and also from Lucio even more so. So now they take another camp. They're painting the map blue. They're doing really well against Chili Mountain here. Vala's currently sitting at 44 stacks on the level 1. Again, getting the additional damage in. So by now we're talking about an additional 170 damage for her, roughly. And also up... Ooh, careful. Illidan on Judgment! And, well, that's Vala. Yeah, girls down. Vala gets attacked. She is going to be one of the prime targets for the team Right? No doubt about it. Sustained winds are in again, which pretty much just indicates that Falstad has eaten a lot of chili lately. And Baby Houdini rotating all the way up at the top and getting all of the remaining globes here. And at the bottom of the map, still the attempt at a counter play. Level 15.5 versus 15.5. They're super close in experience still. Now, to be fair, obviously one of the impacts of the experience globes and everything is that it's much harder for teams now to pull ahead and snowball the game a little bit. So some people might argue that's a good thing. I personally don't really think so. Good macro play should be rewarded, and while you of course still get a bit of an advantage, the gap is closer. Baby Houdini, nicely done. Good body blocking here, and they take him down, but there's the follow-up as they try to come in for it. The Blessed Shield, on the other hand, didn't really connect the way that they wanted, but they have a good Zarya ult that isolates Stuka for a second, and that's another kill. Nicely done. All right. Okay, so with 16 versus 16, Vala is now heading straight into the Manticore again. Yeah, can get more of an oomph in here with the auto attacks now finally. And we're of course all waiting for the level 20 to kill. And well, let's have a little bit of a look. Here comes the attack. At the bottom of the map, Falstad is already sitting tight here. And Gia for a second was a bit out there. Sword of Justice helps him to jump out. The bird is still trying to control the map a little bit. These bad boys are still going to be here for a long time. Yeah, running around talent leads is not going to be as easy anymore as it was previously. It's not going to be completely impossible, but still. Plays obviously a little bit of a role. So, alright, let's go. Right now, we got first and foremost the next objective up, and finally also a lead in experience for Chili Mountain. They're still behind in kills, but thanks to Falstad sitting at the side the entire time, they get some extra experience, which is kind of nice for them. And, well, let's see. So yeah, the new Farflight Quiver is a little bit different. Blizzard changed it. Has a new functionality. Oh my god, that quick kill against Alarak. Fantastic opening again for Inting for Ruby. These guys really want to win the map here. But as I was just about to say, the new Farflight Quiver, at max hate rate, you get an additional 30% range now, which of course allows Vala to pretty much shoot across the map. I mean, exaggerating here a little bit, but you get the idea. There's the Judgment. Can they go for him? Baby Houdini. Isolation against Svamkorota's Illidan. But no real follow-up just yet. Vala by now on 55 stacks, which puts her at 220 additional damage on the multi-shot. Push through the middle. Also, damage in general, Vala is now sitting at 44,000. Honestly, a little bit surprised that she was let through on Infernal Shrines. Given the map, she is just fantastic here. I mean, I'm thinking about what is Vala's best map if you want to go for that multi-shot style, and honestly, Infernal Shrines is all the way up at the top of the list. Down here, Baby Houdini finds himself at the bottom of the food chain, on the other hand, as it seems. Hinterland to the face. Oh yeah, Marke with a big tickle. 8 kills to 5. And here's the party up at the top with 2 forts already eliminated. The one at the bottom at half HP, and the keep now under attack. Inting for Ruby is doing fairly well here. The boys and girls are doing pretty fantastic. Gotta give them that. Yeah, attack is coming in again. Hat gets healed, survives. Good for him. 8 kills to 5, and here we go. Marke, he's still trying to get away, but he also got caught by that Arcane Sentry. Gia has to dodge out on all of them too, and they get the kill against Vala. The defense is there. Vala gets murdered, so does Zarya. Svamkorota finally has a little bit of space to work with, and the keep is gonna survive. Yeah, only one Arcane Sentry. That's not enough damage on this one to take it down, but still decent position here. So Fish is now on the way down to the bottom of the map. Is going to be able to catch all of the experience here that is left. Could maybe like fall back and get a little more, but either way. In an idle world, you want to deny that, obviously. Let's see if they can. Now, damage output with 63 stacks now for Vala is at 53,000, so she's 13,000 ahead of what Alra can currently contribute to all of this. But off we go. Here comes the attack, straight up with the level 20 that they now have. Good for them. Yep, level 20 talents kick in, and that gives us the Nexus Frenzy. Alright, the birdie with the auto attack style again. We got the Nowhere to Hide and the Angel of Justice. They are all in on this blow-up setup. All in. They're gonna come in swinging, trying to take them down. But then again, I can't wait for Vala to also get a level 20 here. And that's of course true for a couple of others as well. Now, once again, here's a quick attack against the top fort. That one's down. And that's every single fort now. The entire outer ring of defense annihilated on Inting for Ruby aside. So Chili Mountain definitely getting some momentum here. That will help Illidan a lot, because the distance to safety is now so much bigger for Inting for Ruby. So whenever they're on the other side of the map and lose a fight, Illidan will just chase them. But there's a level 20 talent now kicking in. And that is, of course, a huge power spike. And Vala going for the Far Flight Quiver right here. So yeah, that's some insane range if you get all the way up to full hatred. And we're going to keep an eye on ahead for exactly that. That is pretty crazy. So, anyways, down at the bottom of the map, they're already sitting tight at the next camp. Objective is going to spawn in the mid lane this time. And I think that's what the team's going to be waiting for. Now, in an ideal world, they would somehow push another minion wave over towards the top key, because that thing is rather low. Down here, still a little bit of a poke happening. Nothing too insane just yet. Oh, there's maybe an opportunity. I try to go for Alarak, and that's a kill. Alarak is down. Nicely done. Had still working on the hatred stacks here, as he's trying to do his best to also get some extra damage in. Keep his Manticore in mind, so if he has the extra range now on the auto attacks, it automatically means that he can do a lot of work against single targets, not only carpeting the entire fight with a multi-shot after another. And they're still dodging around the bot lane a little bit, but the objective is about to be up. Alarak is down for another 39 seconds, and down here they might be in trouble. Here's the chase, baby! And that doesn't look good for Mindtalk. Nox does his best, but there's the follow-up. Bam! Hinterland to the face, baby! And there he is. Boy even wears a visor, but still, that Hinterland blast is just shocking and awing him every single time that he comes through. And even with the sunglasses, you just cannot deny the glory that is the Hinterland blast. The lightning barrage right there. 9 kills to 9, everybody. And, well, here we go. 63,000 for our girl. But now Alarak is back to business, and that's bad news for Inting for Ruby. It looked for a long time like they might be the one running the 4 versus 5 advantage in this particular event. But nope, not happening, because Zarya got taken down. So that's a bit of a problem, and they decided to just let it slide. So, yeah, they just run back here. Okay, so mark up at the top. I mean, again, he has the auto attack talent now as well. And straight into the Nexus Frenzy, so there's that. And down here, level 21 versus 21. 9 kills to 9. How many, you ask? 9. Exactly. The man takes the words out of my mouth. So, now, time to shine. We got the next objective up. That's a Mortar Punisher, and let's see if Chili Mountain can turn it. For a long time they were behind in this game, but now they're coming through swinging here in the attempt to end it all. Can they, though? They might be able to take the keep down. Can they end the game? That's gonna hinge on whether or not they're able to take kills with this. That Iron Skin came a little bit late. Stun was already through. There's the combo. Nice dodge by Baby Houdini. Blessed shield. They're going for Alarak. Hinterland. Uh-oh. A lot of that went into empty space. Zoning ults from Chili Mountain. And they're zoning a lot, but are they zoning enough? Doesn't seem like it. Mindtalk is able to get out again. 71 stacks by now on the level 1 for Vala. Those multi-shots, they hurt at this point. They definitely hurt. I mean, she is above 300 extra damage now already with that. So, not too bad. And of course, with the range increase, she can still safely stay in the back here and exploit that Farfly Quiver. I mean, as the game continues, it's going to be a little bit nuts. But, well, let's have a bit of a look here. Top side needs to be dealt with. Nobody's there, so the entire wall has fallen and the keep is taking damage. Definitely need to bring our girl in. As well, actually standing on the damage output. 70,000. She's still 20,000 ahead. She's also contesting Dehaka in siege damage by now. And Dehaka has been side laning and double soaking the entire time. So yeah, she just outperformed him too with the last multi-shot setup on this one. Vala needs to stay safe. Hat is honestly the linchpin in every single fight right now. Obviously, they're massively under pressure, as you can see. Every single lane gets pushed against them. But yeah, it's pretty nasty. Easy rotations there once again. Let's see, Vala in the middle of it, and bam. takes this one down too. Alright, a little bit of an attempt here with Stukov. That one didn't quite work out. But they can take this one at the bottom of the map now as well. So yeah, with a little bit of help, Vala can more or less one-shot the wave. I mean, not quite. But as long as Zarya gets a little bit of bomb action going in this one, she's going to be Gucci. Yeah, next shrine. Seems like everybody is just absolutely willing to wait for this one. Next one is all the way up at the top. So top side, that's what we're going to see there. Right. Okay, so let's have a bit of a look with the camps that are still up on the map. There's finally a chance to take down the bottom fort, I suppose. I mean, it's not really... okay. It's worth quite a bit, because if you take the fort down, which I think they should, it would at least change the dynamics of catapults at the bot lane. Right now, there's an advantage for Chili Mountain. If Inting for Ruby takes it, then there would be a bit of an equilibrium down there. It's not a big lead, but one catapult every 3 waves eventually adds up. Especially if you're running a global plus Illidan. So, yeah, I think they should have taken that fort down. Just so that their bot lane is not getting pressure too much. But apparently, what they're trying to do is simply collapse onto the top lane and take that keep down. And that, of course, would also be a really, really nice lead for them. So let's see if they can do that. But, yep, here we go. Illidan going down to the bottom of the map, and so is Marke. Yeah, and this is a bit of a problem. This is a nice 2-pronged attack, and for now, they're actually starting to fall back because the blue team is hiding, so they're outside of vision. But eventually, they're going to move back down. So as you can see, they're just hiding here in the bush. All up at the top, we're seeing the same thing happening, and as soon as Chili Mountain gets some vision of the team in blue, they're going to go for the keep. And now that the stacks on the objective are coming in, there's the keep, and the keep is down. Honestly, they can send someone back to defend the core, but the keep, that's a foregone conclusion. That thing is gone, though. I talked about the bot lane a little bit earlier, and that's exactly the reason why. Up at the top, though, they're trying to go for a bigger fight. Vala, they're trying to go for backhold, and the stun just doesn't connect. But Baby Houdini is sitting in the back. The core, on the other hand, is already getting attacked by the Falstad and Illidan composition. Jojo is back, but Illidan alone on the core is always a problem. The Birdie also has the auto-attack talent here, so that's another one. They're coming in for the big damage against Illidan, and the boy with the blindfold goes down. Unbelievable. Inting for Ruby, bullying disabled people right now. I don't really think that's cool. I think they should get cancelled. Mind Talk is getting cancelled. Oh, maybe not. Gets the shield out. Hello, sir. Is he actually... No, he's not surviving. Marke is now coming in too. So after they get the kill on Zarya, they're following up with one on Lucio. At least they're trying to. With 35% on the core, this doesn't look good for Inting for Ruby in the first place. You can't let Illidan and Falstad get onto your core. That's just not a thing. And they're still looking for fights, but yeah. Vala, our girl, she has the damage, she has the stacks, but she's just not able to make a big enough dent into all of this. 76 stacks for her by now. Baby Houdini is still sharking around at the sides, trying to buy a little bit more time for Zarya as well. And there we go. Alarak gets attacked. Alarak, and he got Alarak. Vala coming in with the damage, and that should be a follow-up on Tyrael. No! Gia! Yes! Hat coming in with a big boy attack. And that's 2 down. But of course, Illidan and Falstad are already at the bottom, exactly where you would expect them to be. And Vala headed back to deal with the situation here. Svamgrota, that's where the range comes really in. Svamgrota goes down, Illidan can't, and what a setup. Vala's range, that Farflight Quiver is fantastic because you can literally shoot across the core. You don't have to run around that thing anymore. You can literally just say, yeah, I'm gonna attack you no matter where you jump. You can't hide, baby. 13 kills against 10. 80 stacks for Vala. 80. Guys, that is nuts. Absolute bonkers damage now for Hat. He's at 90,000. And here we go. There's still a bit of a trap down here at the bottom. Mark and his boys, they're coming in. Then Vision, the core has full shield. Yeah, that's a YOLO move. That is desperation. That's a Hail Mary. There's no way they can do that. Why is nobody heading back? Okay, so there's Fish. Okay, now they're doing it. Like, for real? Okay, well... Chili Mountain with a win against Inting for Ruby in game number 1.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
The fiesta continues. It's a little bit mind-blowing to me what happened there towards the end of the last map. First of all, they didn't check the bush. I thought even with checking that thing, they should have had enough time to hearth back once that they see them at the bot lane. Because they were visible. The minion wave showed them. The wall showed them. So if they hearth right away, they should have been able to be there and defend it again. But with only two of the melees heading back, there was just no damage to stop the target. So the win goes to Chili Mountain. Don't know what to tell you guys. So yeah, with all of that being said and done, we currently have Falstad right here. And Dehaka banned out. Cursed Hollow is our second map in this best of 5 series. And I would say that for Chili Mountain, that was probably a bit of a scare that they just had there. As I explained earlier, for them it's kind of important that they're doing well over here. I mean, at the end of the day, I suppose it is... It would be a bit of a shock if they would lose the entire series. But you don't want to start the series with a 1-0. So, yeah, don't want that. Okay, so we got Jojo banned out, and we got also Nubrug banned. Vala instantly as a first pick again. I mean, no hesitation whatsoever. With Vala, had the top damage in the last game against Siege in Heroes, and he did extremely well. So I don't blame him for that pick at all. Now, of course, Cursed Hollow is a bit of a different map. First of all, you can still stack your level 1 if you're going for the multi-shot setup quite nicely too, I suppose, when you have fights around tributes happening. But it's not quite the same when you're playing on Infernal Shrines, where you get value out of every multi-shot, whether or not you hit a hero. We got Hoga in, we got Lucio. Okay, so those two are already in. And, well, now that we're heading over to the blue team, let's see what they're following this up with. Last time the idea was to play Zarya with a real support, real healer, and then just use the two of them to keep Vala alive. So a bit of a Vala hyper carry setup. And there she is again. Zarya and a Brightwing again. Alright. Yeah, good for that. Okay. Baby Houdini this time is not going to get his Dehaka, not going to get his Dinosaur, and there comes the Diablo ban as well. So yeah, they're targeting Fish a little bit at the front line too. After we've just seen Hinterland Blast, Judgment, and also the Hunt, I'm a little bit curious what exactly Chili Mountain has planned for game number 2. Because it seems that they're fully aware, of course, that they are highly favored here in the series. So they are going to try and meme this a little bit, I suppose. And let's have a bit of a look of what exactly they're going to do here, because the double pick is now coming in. Zeratul, okay, he's the one to get banned out first. And let's see. I would not really... I mean, Maka was always the one to go for some of these X-Factor picks as well. I honestly don't know. I really want to see what we're getting here. It could be a funny setup. Stitches, okay. Stitch is another rework hero. Jimmy is in. Keep in mind that his level 20 is banned because it didn't reduce the timer by 30 seconds. It set it down to 30. So yeah, nicely done, Blizzard. Not OP at all. That's hotfix worthy, if anything. Okay, let's get ready for the Fish and for Baby Houdini. The front line, everybody. Before Gia gets his last pick. They need another range. Okay, Urel comes in and we get Mei. Alright. Yeah, Fish on Mei, I can see that. Keep Vala alive. It's actually a real beefy front line that they have. A lot of slows too. And displacement, so Vala should be fairly safe. And there's Asmodan. They're gonna go for the structure snipe again. Let's go, everybody. Game number 2, Cursed Hollow, Stitches and Asmodan on the side of Chili Mountain. Let's head into the second map of the best of 5 series. Cursed Hollow, map number 2, and on the left side, everyone, Nox on Brightwing, Fish on Mei. We got Hat on Vala, once again heading straight into Fire at Will, one of the new talents after the rework. Mindtalk is playing Zarya, we have Baby Houdini on Urel, and on the right side of the map, Make on Stitches, heading straight into the patchwork creation over here. Stitches obviously got a rework as well, we're going to talk about it a little bit. Azerite on Jimmy, we got Backhult on Lucio, Swamgrotta on Hoga, and Gia is playing Asmodan. So yeah, Asmodan, we've seen him already before the patch. Before he got changed a bit, and pretty much the idea was to center around Demonic Invasion as your core talent on level 10, and then really just trying to take structures down. And on a map like that, you would just always come in, drop a quick Demonic Invasion over here, take it down. That was always the main plan behind it, and you can do that on pretty much any big map, honestly, so that's a big thing. Now, we got Barcult already stealing vision away, which is kind of important. Urella's taking position at the bottom of the map at this point and is going to try and take that out. We have, in this case, also an auto attack style now for Jimmy, so going straight into the veteran marksman right there. And yeah, one of the talents, obviously, where we saw a little bit of a rework is the patchwork creation, as we already said. So it has now new functionality as well. You gain 3 armor and also 15 the 15 increased healing that you're gonna get from that. So just survivability in general is a big thing with the level 1 here for him. On the level 1, the extended hook right here, so you can get that as well after level 13, which means that you don't have to go for the old fishing hook anymore. Opens up another talent slot for Stitches, and he is gonna have some insane setups as the game continues, and Stitches might just be back for good here. So Marker already using it. They have no follow-up, by the way. Normally when you're playing with Stitches, you always... Good kill against Jimmy. Nicely done. Vala already starting to stack. But as I was about to say, normally when you're playing with Stitches, the idea is that you have a stun afterwards. So it's not only Stitches, it's what you're combining with him. And most of the time you have something like a Malfurion, so Stitches hooks into a root. Or you have Uther for a stun or whoever, and that is actually quite nice. So what's happening here is that Lucio is trying to boop the target back, which is still helpful, but it's obviously not quite the same. Mind Talk getting away here is a good indicator of that. We have Asmodan still doing his thing at the bottom of the map. So far, he doesn't really have a lot that he needs to deal with. Urel is rotating down every now and then and is dealing with him. But 38 stacks are already in the hands of Asmodan. Hogger is just doing his thing on the map, trying to establish mercenary control as much as he can. And yep, we'll see what they can do with all of that. Anyways, so already a little bit of a jump happening over here. And let's go. I mean, one of the things, obviously, is also the lone talents that are now in the game, which is affecting Jimmy, so it gives you an incentive, I suppose, to try and not die here. Azerite is one that is definitely affected by that and has to check that out. Here we go. Azerite gets attacked, pushed back, a little bit low again. We got the 10 stacks over here on the Brute Force. Vala with the same setup so far on her build, and 15 stacks already, so I'm getting some decent stacks together, considering that we haven't seen a single objective on the map yet. With the camp that was taken a bit previously, Swamgarota has now also managed to attack the mid lane, even more so. And down at the bottom of the map, Baby Houdini and Gia are currently doing her thing as well. Alright. Yeah, top side. Here we have it. Mind Talk, careful, and he gets out. Yeah, Mind Talk is able to move away from this one. We already have Hat and Fish rotating towards the Tribute, and that's obviously where Vala can now seriously try and get some stacks together. Any kind of like team fight setup is going to be good for her. 18 stacks by now. The hooks keep coming from Make as he's playing the main tank for the team today. Went straight into the playtime here. Cooldown reduction. Always kind of neat when you have that. So there's that. And yeah, Stitches with this can get a lot of slam action out and a lot of damage as the game continues too. But first and foremost, Azerite gets attacked again. Vala's been now sitting at 19 stacks, pretty early in the game. 21. Yeah, our girl is doing well. That's already an additional 80 damage that she has on that. Laser show for Asmodan. And keep in mind what I said about Asmodan earlier. He is going to simply try and make sure that he is getting a structural damage in. That's gonna be even accelerated once that he hits his level 10. Both of the teams actually still playing around this. Vala looking for any opportunity here to get some additional stacks for her level 1. Has by now also, of course, committed to the Hot Pursuit, which is now a level 7 talent, as I pointed out earlier. Stitches straight up with the Serrated Edge. Vala with a little bit more damage, and that's a second kill against Jimmy. Jimmy down for the second time. I don't know why you would give that guy alone. I mean, he's definitely not responsible, as you can see. That's the second time he died already. I mean, damn son. So, yeah, he's going to forfeit on that soon. 2 kills to 0. Nice opening for Inting for Ruby once again. And, well, let's have it. There comes the hit. They're starting to move straight back in and start to go for the attack. All right. Yeah, there's the attack against Marke and against Berghold. Still stacks for Vala. 27! 27 right now. That's kind of crazy. 30 stacks for Vala. That's the first tribute. And she's already sitting at 30. If this continues at pace, then Vala is going to be even more crazy with their input and impact on this game than it was in the last one. 25 stacks at the same time for Jimmy, who has now followed up with the Unstable Compound on the level 7. Okay, here we have it. Azurite gets hit. That's 33 stacks for now. Nice. Fish is coming in too. Asmodee and Nirella still down at the bottom of the map. And Hogger is pogging it out a little bit. But Vala can move in again. Has another opportunity for a big, big multi-shot. Gets it. 2 stacks. Everybody is low. They're just carpeting the floor with them. And Vala gets the kill against Hogger. They're pushing them back. And now they can go for the tribute again. And that's exactly what Nox does with Brightwing. The channel is there. 40 stacks nearly for Vala. Another kill. Jimmy is dead. Yeah, he was definitely not credit-worthy over here. His credit score is plummeting down as the game continues. The Gorge for Stitches. They're trying to isolate Vala, but it's the end of Stitches instead. Bye-bye. Stitches down. 5 kills to 0. Asmodee is moving into the middle. There's the demonic invasion, and he's just going for the structures right away in the attempt to take the fort down. Up at the top, of course, this one has been eliminated too. Hogger couldn't do anything about it, but this is still some serious damage that Asmodee was able to do in the middle of the map. And that's exactly what he's for. That's exactly what's there. But anyways. So, all the way up at the top, Fish is already sitting tight, and yeah, Nox, Mind Talk, they're all just going for it. Yeah, so, here comes the next tribute. One tribute has already been taken, second one is coming in as well. And, well, let's have a little bit of a look here. There it is. 2 tributes to 0, 5 kills to 0, half a level lead. They're looking pretty good here. Another quick move with the Gorge, but stopped. Ah, that's bad news. Rain of Vengeance follow up Vala with a big hit. Mindtalk trying to get away, and he gets out. Are you kidding me? He got away from this one. The ult saves Urel, and the counter kill against Hogger. God, that's bad news. Check that one out. And honestly, look at the multi-shot again. The multi-shot of Vala, that gave her another 4 stacks. She's at 44 right now. And the escape of Zarya was just absolutely bonkers. Great setup, obviously, from Mei as well. So yeah, she was able to make sure that nobody could... I mean, well, that the target couldn't get kidnapped, so that's great. Look at the damage difference between Reyna and Vala. Vala's sitting at 40,000 already, Zarya at 20k, and Jimmy is at 19. And that's the 3rd tribute, so that could be a curse. That could be a curse right now. Yeah, that is just bonkers. Gloom is obviously in again on level 13. In just 1 level, Stitches is going to have his baseline activated. Again, as mentioned a bit earlier, Stitches with the rework now has his hook range extension baseline starting at level 13. And there it is! They're trying for Vala and they again don't get her! They can't get her. Another big multi-shot. She's nearly at 50 stacks now. Hat gets isolated though. Good hook this time for Marke. And that's a kill. Finally, Vala is down. Hell, it was about time. Jimmy on 39 stacks on the level 1. And his Behemoth armor on level 4 is at 31. Not bad either. As this continues, he's going to scale more as well. But of course, Vala still absolutely murdering. And there it is. Quest completion. Again, automatically kicks in on level 13. So now he has the fishing hook right here. Extended hook is in, and the hook immediately gives value. Big hook against the fruit fly. And that is the end of that pest. Brightwing down. Green target practice has been eliminated. Also, we have on 30 now the Sidere's Kiss, and we get the meat hook. Alright. So a little bit more survivability for him too. Yeah, and with them at least getting 1 tribute, they avoided the curse for now, so good for them. And let's see what else they can do here. Now that Vala is back, can go straight up for the fight again. Vala is in, but misses out on a lot. Yeah, that Rain of Vengeance, if that stun connects, then that's a completely different story. Marcus still has Gorge up, so a good hook would go a long way here for him. Asmodan has taken the tribute at the top that spawned in the meantime, but everybody else is just focusing on fighting here. You gotta be a bit careful here, though. Oh, for exactly that reason, but that is able to get out. Oh my god. Thank God for them. They destroyed the small wall already, or that could have been the end. Ah, the mid-level hook. What the hell was that? Guys, did you see that? Keep an eye on Urel. Let's check this out again. Look at Urel. Just check Urel out. So first here's the setup. Urel is in, has the ult, tries to jump out, and then is like, nope, you come back here. Oh, beautiful. I really like the ice wall as a bit of a counter to these Gorge attempts on the other hand. I like how Fish is playing around that. Asmodan has way too much space to work with, by the way. He has now destroyed the fort at the top lane, has pushed this out. So while we are seeing all of these fights happening at the bottom of the map, Asmodan is just doing his thing. And as the game continues, it's only just going to get worse. So down here, an attempt to go for the curse is going to be the first one in the game. And with a bit of the delay, Chili Mountain is going to have their level 16. We're 10 minutes into the game, and we nearly have 60 stacks for Vala. Just saying. Yeah, there's the interrupt. Okay, so they're buying a little bit more time. Gia up against the camp. Pat is in the middle. Alright, doing his thing there. 58 stacks. There's the level 16, and they're likely to let this one slide. By now we have the Pulverize, so even more slows, the armor reduction, the perfect follow-up after you set a hook up to help your teammates to take their target down, and they're all moving straight into the middle. That curse is gonna hit, and it's gonna hit hard. Yep, that is getting a bit nasty here. The mid lane is in huge trouble. Up at the top, Right Wing is doing the best she can, but whew, here comes the Manticore at least. Alright, they can use that against Gia, of course. The ice wall this time didn't connect. 63 stacks for Vala. The damage is there. Great ult from Zarya, but not good enough to completely zone them away. They're chasing, though, and they get another kill against Jimmy. Jimmy dies once again. That is the 4th kill against Jim Rayner. He's at 37,000 damage, 58k for Vala as a comparison. Urel down at the bottom of the map dealing with the Siege Giants and the Catapult, but at least for now the attack has been stopped. At least for now. On level 16 we got the Bounty Hunter in right here. And I think they're gonna try and go for the boss here. Vala, as long as she can survive, that's gonna be totally fine. Yeah, they can get the damage against Hogga, and Hogga is a bit in trouble. I mean, he's bouncing, he's spinning, but Svamkarota might be out of luck here. Ooh, yep, there it is. There's the follow-up kill. So now they're even trying to go for the rest of the team as they're jumping in with Lucio and with Urel to stop Stitches from moving back out. Make, he gets an assist from Backhult, but there's nothing they can do. Even the Gorge is not going to prevent that from happening. Nope, just delays the inevitable. So he's down, and here's the attack straight up for the boss. But the red team wasn't lazy either, so they went up to the top. And there it is. Alright, Azurite, here we go. Level 20 is next on the menu. Keep in mind, as I mentioned earlier, Reyna's 20 is actually banned. So it reset his... Like, the idea is that the death timer gets reduced by 30 seconds, but thanks to a bug on Blizzard's side, they set it to 30 seconds. So, pretty crazy. Putting us more or less back into beta. What was it called? Resurgence of the Storm or something like that? That talent that half the hero pool had back in the day, where you pretty much like respawned automatically once you died, and it was, I think, a 5-minute cooldown or a 2-minute cooldown on that thing. That was the dumbest shit that they ever introduced in the game outside of experience globes. And boy, did that make sure that games just never ended. It was ridiculous. So Jimmy pretty much has that right now. At least it's only one of them, but the talent has been banned, so he's not allowed to pick them. It's pretty much always the case. Falstad in the last patch had a lot of his W talents banned out because they were internally bugged and Blizzard didn't hotfix them. By now he's allowed to use all of that stuff since the last patch also solved a few of the bugs, but of course it introduced new ones. Another one that's banned is the 20 on Jojo, as mentioned earlier. Anyways, the Falling Sword. Sorry, not 20. But yeah, 9 kills against 3. Big kill lead, but just not enough of a lead in experience. If you're looking at it, minion experience fairly the same. Heroes experience, there is definitely a gap. But the passive XP, that is a total different story. With all these structures being destroyed earlier, there's that. Anyway, so now all the way up at the top, here comes the play. And, well, let's have a bit of a look at this. Fish, Mind Talk, and Hat are already in. And down here, here comes the attack. Easy peasy. Yep. There we have the push straight up for Urel. The hook! The curse is on, but they were hoping for... I mean, it wasn't really bad. So the curse is there, but they were hoping for a kill. Now they also need Vala here for a bit of multi-shot action so they can take the demonic invasion down. That's exactly what they're doing. And, yep, easily taken apart. But they still need to get some value out of the curse itself, and so far that hasn't happened. 65 stacks for Vala, so the damage output is there. Baby Houdini is starting to jump in. Okay, get some of the damage out. The wall at least will fall. I suppose they can take the fort here. Brightwing is going down to the bottom of the map to deal with the siege giants and also catch some additional experience. But they should try to get a little bit more than only the fort itself. Nicely done also here by Zarya. Just didn't move. Just don't move. So, well, here we go. We already have the attack right away towards the setup. And of course on level 20 now the Farflight Quiver. A little bit of a different style, but yep, there it is. They're jumping it. And again, the setup from Mei. I really like these walls. But Vala gets escorted all the way at the top, totally isolated from the rest of the team. Brightwing is jumping in to go for the save. And Vala is alive. Hat is still alive. They have to get away from these towers and the keep, though. Urel might fall. They will have to sacrifice her, I suppose. But at least they got the wall destroyed here, too. 9 kills, 2-4 by now. The attack keeps coming. The quest is completed for Azmodan. On 20, he went straight in for the Sin's Grasp over here. Okay. But he also has, of course, quite the amount of siege damage that he can contribute with 200,000. Not even Vala can catch up with that, even though she's nearly taking over as Urel currently has the top damage. But there's another demonic invasion. Time and time again, that's what happens here. Get the demonic invasion out, come in, take down the structures, and then try to go for the core. Stitches with the level 20 is now also chipping in. Got the master hooker right here. And they're not going to go for the core just yet. Cooldown reduction is also absolutely ridiculous, of course. I mean, rule of thumb, if something reduces cooldowns, it's definitely good. Might not necessarily be the best talent, but it's always a contender. So now with the 72 stacks for Vala, she's packing a punch, and they have more kills, but they're still losing out on the macro. And yeah, Azmodan, with all the power that he has against structures, is definitely doing a number on them. They need Vala in these situations every single time, and they need her level 1 to be stacked a little bit more so that she can burn down these stupid waves with one single shot, more or less. Now Zarya is back in another 8 seconds, but here we go. Off we go. Fish, isolate. Beautiful play by Hogger. Beautiful play right here. And Make with one hook after another. Yeah, nicely done. Perfect isolation on Vala, and that's a kill. I mean, honestly, Stitches is just absolutely bonkers in this setup. First of all, he, of course, chips in a fair amount of damage himself. He has Pulverize, which is kind of nice. He's sitting at 32,000 damage, which isn't shabby. Survivability went up with the level 1 talent in particular. And while they're dealing with Stitches and the threat that he exudes, Azmodan is just simply coming in and taking another keep down. That's the second keep destroyed. 2 already down. Vala's dead for another 38. The 73,000 damage that she has don't mean jack shit if they can't keep her alive and take some heroes down in the late game. Jimmy is catching up easily. He's at 70,000 damage right now. And the stacks, of course, that he has are pretty solid too. 78 on the level 1, 70 on his level 4 for the Behemoth armor. And as everybody is just fighting and brawling, Azmodan is going for the core and has it down to 55%. Yeah, they are murdering them. Zarya, the only survivor, she's dead too, and that is the end of game number 2 as Chili Mountain takes a 2-0 lead over Inting for Ruby. Mei is delaying the inevitable a little bit longer, but the minions alone are finishing the fun, and that is Chili Mountain with a victory on Cursed Hollow. GG, and well played. Game number 3, Battlefield of Eternity, so we're gonna see a bit more team fighting here. Also, I probably confused the hell out of a lot of people with what I said on the second map, so I'm already looking forward to the YouTube comments of all the people that comment immediately as they watch game number 2 and then don't wait for the draft in game number 3. Everything that I said about the problems and the level 20 talent being banned on Reyna is true, with the exception it's not Reyna that has the problem, it's Lucio. Yeah, at some point I was just like, wait a second. Yeah, there were also bug problems with Jimmy. We talked about this actually on the live stream. There is currently a list with bugs in Heroes of the Storm, and I think the list has more than 100 entries. Some of them are minor and very insignificant, but there's also a couple of major things on. So as I come back to the banned talents in the game, what's banned is Lucio's level 20. Everything I said about the bug problem is still true, so it was supposed to reduce it by 30, but it set it to 30. So yeah, this is banned, and JoJo's Falling Sword is banned because it pretty much just procs twice. So it's like double the value that you get out of it. Other talents have not been released into the game again. If there's minor problems, then leagues normally don't ban it out. Some people have been asking like how that actually works. I mean, pretty much what's happening is that every single time when the patch comes out and there's some game-breaking bugs or game-breaking problems with talents, that the tournament organizers of every individual tournament just comes in and says like, okay, which one of these are significant enough that they should not be used, and then they have two choices. They can either ban the hero completely and say this hero is not allowed to be played, or they can just simply say you can play the hero, but if you pick the wrong talent, that's on you, that's your responsibility, and that's a forfeit on the game. So teams that want to risk that, they can still do that, but that's pretty much how it works. And obviously from patch to patch it changes. Now, Li Ming as a first pick. We got Vala this time banned. This time there was no first pick or anything for Inting for Ruby. So with that in mind, we have Vala taken away. She had a big impact on the damage output in both of the games, but she hasn't won a single map yet. Because at the end of the day, Chili Mountain was just a little bit too strong. But there's Uther and Carrigan. That's an opening. That is definitely an opening. Uther and Carrigan right off the bat. Didn't even wait with the Carrigan pick for a little bit later down the road. Nope. And Li Ming on the other side also gets taken. And here comes Stitches again. That's a good map. I mean, you have a lot of stalemate situations where you can just throw out hook after hook. If you make it to level 20 and you get the cooldown reduction too, as you can imagine, you're just going to fire them away very, very quickly. And as a right on Imperius, now we're talking about a stun follow-up. Now we're talking. So now you can use him to get the stun follow-up, and Li Ming, of course, is going for target practice after that and just blows the target out of the water, at least in theory. So that's what you're going to try and do. But yeah, let's have a little bit of a look. In terms of bans, I mean, we don't have supports yet, so you could still ban out Malfurion, and indeed that's what they do. As I explained in game number 2, if you have a Stitches hook into a Malfurion route, that's absolutely fantastic. So there's that. And here comes the Garrosh ban on the other side. Alright, so any kind of like flip into the backline and Uther coming in with the stun is something that they're going to try and avoid here. But here comes the double pick as they're heading straight for it. Suljin again. We've seen him more and more in Battlefield of Eternity. But I think the last time that they played it, they got absolutely murdered. I think Hat never really got any significant stacks on his baseline, so that didn't do anything. And here comes Morales! Okay, the medic is in the house. Morales for the Stitches support. That's actually kind of nasty too. If you have Stitches at the front line, you're beefy as hell already, and then Morales comes in and simply provides the pocket heal, damn, are you in trouble. And the last pick, it's Artanis! Yeah, I mean, why not? At this point, I'm not going to even argue about it. Don't do this at home. Don't fall into the noob trap. But outside of that, in game number 3 with the 2-0 lead against Inting for Ruby, yeah, why wouldn't you go for it? Not too much craziness here. But yeah, they're going to go for... This is an insane kidnap combo. I think they're going to go into the delivery system for Imperius level 10. So they got a swap on Artanis, they got a Stitches hook, they're going to get Gorge, and they're going to get Imperius. Guys, they can just kidnap a target 6 days to Sunday. And here comes our second support, Nox with Oriel. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to go for that. They should have picked Stukov, honestly, and just shoved the target a little bit deeper in. Something like that. Anyways, game number 3, 2-0 lead for Chili Mountain. Let's jump into the third game on Battlefield of Eternity. Game number 3, the fish on Uther for Inting for Ruby. Here on Battlefield, we get Hat on Suljin, Nox on Oriel, Mindtalk on Carrigan, and Baby Houdini on Blaze. So, triple frontline, so to say, with Oriel, Uther to keep Suljin alive. On the right side of the map, we get Gia on Li Ming. We got Stitches, played by Macke once again, once more with a patchwork creation. As Khaldor Morales is going to be the support in the backline. We have Svamkrota with Artanis, and Azerite is playing Imperius. So there's a lot of displacement that they have. They can go for the swap combo with Artanis. They can go for the hook. They have Gorge probably later available. There's a lot of stuff that they can do. I mean, honestly, I feel like there should be a possibility of you getting a Gorge, going into a Medivac, and then flying the target towards the core, like an old-school kidnap combo. If they ever make that happen, then they have to give Morales some kind of transform, skin tint, whatever, that turns the Medivac into a white windowless van, because that is like an OG kidnap combo right there. Helicopter parents' worst nightmare. Anyways, worst nightmare of Mindtalk at that point is focus fire, and there's a lot of it. He ate the full combo of Gia, but no kill thus far. If you have 2 supports in your setup, then that obviously is a pretty nice move. But yep, there we go. I mean, can you imagine Candy King Muradin, wanna have some candy, girl? Simply like knocking the target back with his haymaker, Stitches gorging it, both of them entering the windowless van, and Morales flying them to the core. Can you imagine that? I mean, damn son. That is some serious fucked up shit right there. Blizzard, why did you ever do that? Oh wait, you didn't? It's only in my mind? Ha! Forget about it. Okay, anyways, we got our setup at the bot lane now, with the stacks slowly coming together for Hat. I'm mentioning this honestly, mainly... Ooh, sexy! Macke, you crazy hooker, you. Good job. Nicely done. So, Oriel is down. But yeah, I'm mentioning Hat getting stacks just simply because the last time that they played with Suljin, they just didn't get anything done. They had massive problems getting momentum with a troll. This time, on the other hand, they are looking a little bit better over here. So, we got on level 1, of course, the amateur opponent. Yeah, Artanis, I don't know. Honestly, I would love for Blizzard to, at some point, to balance him to a point where he gets kind of useful. But he is currently a big noob trap. Especially since a lot of people in Battlefield of Eternity, they see the level 1 tile, they're like, ooh, value! And never realizing that Artanis is just garbage. Good kill against Li Ming. And with Artanis being garbage, I mean, he is shit compared to the other options that you have in the same role. Obviously, the hero adds a few things to the composition, but any hero does that. So yeah, it's always compared to other heroes that are filling the same role that he does. But either way, there you can of course make a couple of nice plays with him. And I'm not saying Artanis isn't fun to play, don't get me wrong. But when we're talking about competitive play, the first objective is kind of winning the game. And at that, others are just chipping in a little bit more of all. Level 1, we now get the clear for Morales, and we got the blast shield. We have Stitches again with the same setup that he showcased in game number 1. So we talked about the patchwork creation and the small adjustments that were made by Blizzard here. The playtime is in again. Cooldown reduction, always kind of neat. Nice stuns coming out. Yeah, the control of the blue team is neat. The double support is helping. And talking about support, Morales with all the big heals against Macke, and Stitches is just sitting up at the front, blocking everybody with his big booty and making sure that nobody is getting to the back line while being healed time and time again through that healing beam. So, good job. Nicely done. But, as it continues, the stun combo against Gia not coming through. Okay. They have the objective nearly down to 50% HP. Hitting for Ruby. Oh, the boys are going for it. Hat, on the other hand, he's just running. But he has 2 supports that are helping him out, so they're delaying the death of Suljin for as long as they can. And they get the counter kill. Nice. Artanis, the big target practice, is already eliminated too, so a kill for a kill. But that gives a chance to Chili Mountain to take the Immortal down a notch, and that's exactly what they do. Eventually, it's of course the halftime show for the blue team. I was never really in doubt after how big of a lead they got. But what is a little bit more important for me is how quickly Suljin is stacking this time, because once he hits his 15 on the baseline, he gets the increased range, the first quest reward, and that's actually quite impactful. Hat is doing way better than he did the last time, and Carrigan with a combo right there, the follow-up stun, Blaze, and Morales is down. Mocus Forales, the good old strategy, is coming in again. At the same time, Hat is trolling, is taking down the Immortal. Has nearly 15 stacks, as I already mentioned, and we are only 5 minutes into the game. Nice. Good stuff. So, up at the top, there's already our Calamity. We got the Serrated Edge again. And on top of that, we get the Energized Chord right here. Okay, so let's see what exactly they can pull off with our boy Suljin and the Vicious Assault now too. He's currently still at the bottom of the map, and he's getting his stacks together against Blaze. Sorry, Blaze at the bottom of the map. What am I talking about? Suljin is up here at the top. I was like, wait, that makes no sense. And I was like, yeah, because it's not true. It's not happening. I'm seeing things. Not enough coffee for me. Too much coffee for Baby Houdini, who pretty much needs a 5-minute break every single time that we're finishing a map because he's brewing himself a new one. That kid is just sitting in front of his desk right now and is like eyes wide open. He's going for it. And well, they are going for it too. They go for Marker, they get the kill, but Suljin is dead. He made it to 19 stacks already. Suljin is still down, didn't have the level 10 yet. And here we go, the setup against Mind Talk. Kerrigan, they're looking for Gia, but they cannot get the kill, at least not this time. So jump after jump as we're making it through here. A lot of money picks involved in the action as well. You'll love to see it. Damage output, let's have a quick look at it. We're having 20,000 for Li Ming, 21,000 for Suljin. Yeah, they want Axe today. They definitely want Axe. I'm a little bit scared. Given that he is stacking this quickly, can you imagine what this would look like in the late game? Whew. He would just murder that front line. There's so many targets to choose from. As long as he has his ult back up, 3 melees, damn son. He can definitely go for it. Now, level 10 abilities are of course next up, so we're gonna get that sooner rather than later. And it should be kind of fun. Solarite Reaper is now in. Blaze all alone at the top. Uther just waiting for the rotation and says like, yeah, I need to get out of here. But the fish gets hooked back in again, and that's a kill. Yep, I'm sorry buddy, but you still can only walk, and that's a huge problem. Easy kill against Uther. There's the level 10. Objective is coming up too. Uther should be back by the time. The Taz Dingo, the Aegis is in. There's so many defensive stuff that they have. Bunker, Aegis, Taz Dingo. They even went straight up into the Divine Shield over here. And, well, Stitches goes for the Putrid Bile. Why you no fun? Putrid Bile for him. And we also have the Stim Drone. Stim Drone on Natanis. Yeah, I don't know. Can you imagine like full-on Morales main meta Stim Drones on Valas or Stim Drone Suljin? It's gonna be a thing, you just wait. Yeah, we're gonna see that again. But for now, Suljin's still working on it. They got the level 10, keep that in mind. A lot of survivability. I mean, not only did they take all survival talents, but also they still have, of course, this... Oh, Aegis. There it is. Aegis is in. Fish is still alive. Suljin, they need some healing on him, though. Keep him alive, at least for now. He's at 20 stacks. Got a little bit more. Azerite wants to kill. And Suljin is still good to go. At the top, Swamp is getting attacked. Hat... Azerite, they're still dancing around each other. The Ultralisk is out too. All the ults have been chosen. The double support is keeping everyone alive for Inting for Ruby, but now it's a race. It's a race, everybody! And it seems like Inting for Ruby is winning it. Yes, they do. No, they didn't. What? Okay, that was some clutch burst damage at the end. Li Ming must have landed another combo there towards the end. Good for them. Bot lane has to be defended though, and the Immortal is soon going to be up at the top side. They shouldn't really have a lot of trouble taking the Immortal down, honestly. First of all, the red team has to take this one down. But, yep, 21 stacks for Suljin by now. Here comes the Immortal. No shield. It's like no shield. Immediately switches to melee mode. They're not even trying to go for it. Everybody is just jumping down to the bot lane and trying to take the fort down there. They know that that Immortal at the top is going to be taken down too easily. So here it is. The combo. And Azerite. He gets the shield. He's still alive. Morales, the big heals, and that is Imperius still out and kicking. Okay, good for them. Yeah, damage output. Where's Suljin at? Where's our boy? Hey, he's at 25,000 damage. Look at Kerrigan on the other hand. Mind Talk is already surpassing him. We have 28,000 also for Li Ming, so Suljin, he's still waiting for a few more stacks to come together so that he has the impact that he wants to. What the blue team needs to be really scared of, though, are those hooks. Because now that level 13 is kicking in, the baseline talent for Stitches is going to be activated. So we will have the fishing hook ready, the extended range. And once the cooldown reduction is also in play, he's just going to throw those out every time. And that's a problem. Now, there's a lot of counterplays, of course, against it, with not only the Divine Shield, but also Zul'jin's ult and Aegis. But still, one good hook could change the entire game if you get it at a nice position, at a nice moment in time. So, for now, we got 4 kills to 4, slight lead in experience for Chili Mountain. Next objective hasn't been announced yet, but, well, Azerite is already moving around here. They're still waiting for the level 13, and it should... Yeah, there it is. And that's the extended range for Marker. Marker has the hook range. There's the carry again. Set up. Nicely done. Good follow-up, too. Marker gets immediately attacked. They're trying to drive a bit of a wedge between them, but Fish is in trouble, and Divine Shield is already out. So there's the unkillable over here. Testing go. Aegis prevents the worst for now, but they blow him up. The problem with Aegis is that it also puts just simply a bullseye on the target for Li Ming, but the follow-up kill is there. The stim-droned Artanis is coming through as Morales gets attacked, and Mindtalk takes Backle down. Marker is low as well, and he's likely to fall. That's a 3rd kill. 3-for-1 trade. Nice. Damn, son. Inting for Ruby with the kills here. 24 stacks for Zul'jin, and now that they are playing a 5 versus 3 for a few more seconds, or 5 versus 2 even, they can go for the objective and take the Immortal down to 50% HP. Blaze is now going top side, can take the wave down. Uther gets stunned. Come on, Fish. Not like that. But, yep, here we have it. 50% zip. Halftime show accomplished. And Carrigan, damn. Mindtalk is beasting it right now. Apparently he took some Carrigan lessons from Ultralisk and Nick, as it seems. 41,000 damage here. Yeah, they get at least that out. Attack is up down here. Hook, stun, Fish, low, but gets the heal as a self-heal. Azerite is jumping out, and they're coming in for the fight again. Straight up, and once again the jet propulsion. Gia, and Gia is dead. Backhood is dead too. Uther sacrifices himself for the big win here. They're also taking Artanis down. What else is new? And a kill against Marker is going to be eventually the follow-up here as well. Mindtalk wants him. Jesus, Stitches. Like, dude, calm down. Zul'jin, on the other hand, gets taken down by Azerite, so there's that. Can he escape? Yeah, I don't think so. The great escape of 2021. Don't tell me he actually gets away here. Yep, he's gonna make it. He's gonna make it, and Stitches made it too. Alright. Azerite, no problem. The Juke Master 2000 has spoken. Carrigan with a 51,000 damage for now. The stacks for Zul'jin at 28, so soon he is gonna have his quest completed. But of course, the stacking will continue to give him even more auto-attack prowess. Yeah, we have, on the right side of the map, Svamgrota and his boys doing their thing. 15 versus 15. 16 talents are nearly ready for the blue team. There's still 3 kills ahead, and this is a decent shield. This is a very, very decent shield here. Okay, so let's go. Zul'jin straight up with the no mercy over here. Also got the painful spikes, and more importantly, the benediction. Yeah, they have to let this one go. They need to soak the experience for level 16 before they can make any move. Unless, of course, they're getting a hook through. Get a go hook or swap. Something like it. And Bob's your uncle. But what can we do here? Azerite is already sitting in the wings, but they saw him. They know he's there. I mean, he's showing. He's just trying to threaten. The hook, not successful. This time they paid attention to it. And the wall is down, so even if you get the hook, that's not a guaranteed kill anymore. Blue team is now moving in. There's a Putrid Bile. Stitches gets hooked right away. Stun into the wall. Good whip, and the quest completed for Zul'jin. They got the bunk out. They want the key, but I'm not sure they can get it. It's going to be close. The defense is not too bad, and here's a level 16 talent finally for the Pulverize to kick in, and also the extended care right here. Increased range, but Morales is dead, so is Zul'jin. But they're trying to turn it on Svamgrota. The Aegis, another hook, knocks the target, and Oriel is dead. Baby Houdini is also rather low. The swap doesn't help, but Make with the slows on the pulverize, that's just too strong right now. Mind Talk is gonna fall too. Fish has nothing. He has a heal maybe, but that's about it. So Carrigan gets quickly attacked here. There's always attempts to swap her back in, but that's not even needed. Mind Talk dies, and that's 4 heroes down on the blue team side. Inting for Ruby, they lose 4. It's 11 kills to 11. Yeah, well, here we got the attack towards the top 4. This is the first one that they're going to take down in this game. Their own keep, by the way, is still in play. So the keep has not fallen. Bottom fort is something that they could also attack, of course. But, yeah, actually seems like that's exactly what they're doing here. Take both of the forts down. Make sure that you're not experiencing any catapult pressure on the other side. And there we have it. 47,000 damage for Li Ming now. Imperius hasn't died yet. He's the only one that hasn't died. And Suljin, I mean, again, Suljin has a double support behind him. They got a bunker, they got stuns from Carrigan who can distract the opponent. They got Aegis on Oriel, and they got the Divine Shield for Uther. And Suljin died 5 times. And he has Dingo. Just saying. Now, some of this might be a little bit counterproductive. We talked a bit about how Aegis can also be a small downside because your opponent knows exactly where you are and can time the combo properly around the Aegis. But still, level 20 talents are going to be next, but it's still quite some time until we get there. First of all, we have this Immortal popping up, and this one could technically end the game. So now we got the 31. Here's the stun combo. Poor Imperius. Locked down harder than California. He's down and had no chance to even move for a second. Stun after stun connected. Then again, nice move against Carrigan. The problem is that the small side wall stopped the hook, and now Morales is dead too. This might be the game where Inting for Ruby goes all the way and wins the map. 13 kills to 11, and they're looking good right now. They are looking very, very good. So that's a big, like, that's nearly, that is going to be 100 shield mortal. Because they might just end it right here. That might just be the end of it. Because 17 minutes in, 100% shield immortal. Morales will be back. That is nasty. I mean, it's going to go down to the bot lane. And as you can see, there's still the wall here, so there's that. But yeah, also Swamgrota. Yeah, okay, he gets away. Yeah, alrighty. They want to go for the top keep. They want to get both keeps if they can. Half a level until level 20. Can you imagine them pushing with that beast of an immortal and get level 20 at the same time? That would be a thing. That would be kind of crazy. So, well, let's see. Let's have a look at what they can do here. Bot lane pressure is there. Come on, boys. You can move. The keep is down. Keep is down. They got the minion wave. Okay. And now they can go down to the bottom of the map and try to take this one. I mean, I really think they could have maybe even gotten both, but they're sacrificing this a little bit. So they come through, try to break at least through the wall. And there's the level 20. Dingo upgraded. Fortified bunker is in. Yeah, that's a big push. That's a big push. Redemption, the shield of hope. And the stun against Artanis. No. Swamgrota. The keep down. Swamgrota, the big heals from Morales. It's enough to save them. Both of the keeps are eliminated and they just fall back. They're not trying to end here. They have eliminated both of the keeps. If they play macro a little bit, then they are in a good position. So now the level 20, the Storm Talons, they're going to kick in for Chili Mountain as well. So it's an eye-level fight. But you look at the minimap and you're quickly realizing that there's a big, big lead for Inting for Ruby thanks to them destroying both of the keeps. They've taken both of them down. And that's, of course, huge. So now we're talking cooldown reduction again. We already have Imperius coming in with a brand of Solarion. Cooldown reduction on the hook is in play for Stitches. We got also the Tarashas, and we got the Hyper Activity plus the Orbital Bombardment. Suljin on a disappointing 32 stacks. I say disappointing because initially he stacked so nicely that I expected him to be way above where he's at right now. But he died 5 times, and that played the biggest role here. Fish already activating the Benediction, and they are going aggressively for a kill attempt. Hat, he's firing away. Combo of Carrigan this time, doesn't hit anything. And Suljin is a little bit low, but wasn't forced into his ult just yet. There's the Aegis, and he's activated his ult too. I mean, he is alive. Didn't get a lot of value out of the ult in a sense, but at least he's alive. And there's the attack. Follow up. Divine Shield is in, and Morales gets murdered. Morales is down. So is Artanis. Artanis dead. 6 deaths on Morales too. They go for Azerite, and this time Imperius is very unlikely to survive unless they let him. And it doesn't seem like it. Hello? Get wrecked! Game might end, but this one is for eternity. Right here, Mind Talk. Yeah, you go. I got it. I got it. And then Azerite is like, are you fucking with me? Dude, like, there's no way you won't solo me. Easy kill, but the core is getting attacked, and this is not looking really good for Chili Mountain. Yeah, that one is a lock. With the catapults now coming in, that is the end of it. So, a nice move from Azerite against against Kerrigan. He dies eventually here, but the core is also falling, and that, ladies, is gonna be the first win in this series for Inting for Ruby. Another map win for the blue team. Congratulations as they log in the W on BOE. To the Spider Queen, game number 4. Chili Mountain won another map. Sorry, Inting for Ruby won another map. Chili Mountain lost on Battlefield of Eternity. Ooh, hiccups. Yeah, we had another 5 minutes. Not quite. To wait for my baby Houdini. I guess he upgraded after they just won a map. He said like, okay, Coffee's not going to do it anymore. Now the double espresso is out. Yeah, not cool. But there's the Uther ban immediately on Tomb. So this is obviously where Chili Mountain is going to try and end it all. As we have first pick, first ban for the team in red. We see the Vala ban coming in again. Kerrigan gets, oh, the respect ban. Look at that. As much as Mind Talk clowned himself a little bit at the end of the game against against Imperius, we now have Kerrigan banned because he just said, okay, that impact was a little bit too much for us. Let's make sure that this is not going to happen again. And Stitches is also getting banned here. Nobody wants to deal with him at the front line. It's also a good map for him, obviously. There's a lot of little positions that he can set up on lanes. At the side, we can hook a target out. So no Stitches this time. He just wanted playtime. And he doesn't get it. Chromie. Here we go again. Tilt. Already. Anyways. Okay. Let's get the show on the road. What exactly are we getting here from Inting for Ruby? What are they playing now? Main Tomb Spider Queen. Wave clear once again. Super important here, obviously. Are we going to get some more of the reworked heroes? Lucio is in. And Rexa right at the beginning. Alright. Again, I talked about this a bit earlier. There was some confusion. Lucio's level 20 Mix and Fire is banned. Because it's bugged. Jojo's Falling Sword is currently also banned in the Masters Clash. So those two are still banned out. As I mentioned, there's way more bugs in the game right now. But those are the two that are the most impactful right now. So Masters Clash has decided to ban all of this. And by the way, I haven't really talked about it today, but especially to all of the guys that are checking this out on YouTube, you might not be aware of it. The offline event is pretty much confirmed. So on the 10th and 11th of July, the offline event, the grand final of the Masters Clash is taking place in Paris. So if you want to have more information around all of that, you can go to mastersclash.eu. You can Google Masters Clash Heroes of the Storm, and you're going to find more information on this. And yeah, obviously I'm going to stream all of that also in English. But I personally will not be at the venue because the venue's audio is going to be in French. So I mean, it's pretty typical for a French event that their main stream and also the audience stream is in French. So it's a priority for them. Therefore, there's no real point for me to go to Paris for that. Diablo gets banned, and so does Tyrael. Okay, we got Malfurion and we got Hogger. Every single time I see something along the lines of Malfurion, I'm immediately like thinking, do we get a Tracer here? But we already got Chromie in, so we'll see. Jojo and Asmodan, this time for the blue team. Our boy did some work earlier when he went straight into the Demonic Invasion. This time on this map with Jojo as well. If you have a good rotation set up at the beginning of the game, you could get some seriously quick stacks on Asmodan to make sure that his Orb of Annihilation does some work. So that's great. And what else are we getting here? There she is. Tracer, I told you. And Mal'Ganis. All right. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Tomb of the Spider Queen. And Mal'Ganis plus a Tracer. Okay, what do we get from Het? Our last pick for game number 4 here on Tomb. What do they need? A little range damage would be kind of nice. Asmodan is neat, but need a little bit more. And there is Jimmy. Okay, Jimmy is in the house, ladies. Let's go. Game number 4, Tomb of the Spider Queen. Game on! We are heading into map number 4 of the series. Inting for Ruby on the left side with Fish on Johanna. We got Mind Talk on Asmodan, Nox on Lucio, Het is playing Jimmy. And we got Baby Houdini on Rexa. Exterminator on level 1 right here. So as you can see, also a little bit changed. Reyna has received a lot of changes. On the right side of the map, Chili Mountain currently with Mako on Tracer, Berkul on Mal'Ganis, Swamgrota is playing Hogger. We got Azerite on Chromie, and Gia is playing Malfurion. Alright, let's go! Yeah, on the level 1, we got our once again the first time for Chromie. Azerite already in the back. And I'm a little bit interested in what they can do here. First of all, we got Gluttony as the level 1 talent. Okay, fair enough. It's gonna get quite a bit out of that, of course, if he hits the heroes here as well. And to be honest, this is... I mean, honestly, back in the days, Asmodan together with a nice follow-up, or, well, the other way around, Jojo plus Asmodan on this map were always bunkers. I love to see those Asmodan games back in the day. For a simple reason, it always set you up where teams were aware that Asmodan, if he gets into the late game, would have a massive impact and can poke the targets down from a distance, has an incredible amount of siege damage that he can bring to the table to simply like burn all these waves down. So everybody that was going up against an Asmodan composition would try to end the game as quickly as possible. So counter picks would have been Sylvanas, anybody that can really pressure structures, and it made for a really interesting dynamic back in the day. Now Asmodan has more or less completely disappeared from the meta, but we have seen him over the last few weeks once or twice on big maps to simply snipe structures, as we already experienced in this very series. Now obviously a few things around Asmodan wanna also change during the patch, but having him on a map that is this heavily focused on stacking and on wave clear is kind of neat. And you can already tell that Fish is helping with that. And that's a perfect example of when you want to play Asmodan, how to do it. So they're coming in here, doing a little bit of damage, and then the follow-up with the Orb of Annihilation. And that's exactly how you should do that. I see so many amateur teams when I cast the amateur leagues that just don't know how to stack with Asmodan, especially when they still run a Jaina, a Jojo, a Vala, or whatever. You always want to damage the minions a little bit, then get the orb through, and then even if you kill them after the orb already hit, if you do it in a proper time frame, you're gonna get the stacks for it. And that way, you're gonna get a huge amount of stacks very early. I mean, he's already sitting at 80, and you see the same combo here again. So if you're an Asmodan fan, if you're playing in an amateur league, and you just want to have some fun with him, he might not be the strongest pick in the meta, but if you play him, then at least help your Asmodan a little bit to stack quickly. He's gonna thank it. He's gonna thank you with a lot of siege damage throughout the game. He will have way more control over the way that the map is being played, and yeah, there's some coordination, but again, 100 stacks already, you can see what I'm talking about here. So again, please, it always breaks my heart a little bit whenever I cast Division 6, Division 7 of Heroes Lounge or whatever, or early rounds of the tournament. I see an Asmodan combo, and Asmodan never gets any stacks because the team just steals the minions away from him. So yeah, here, another setup. They're already coming in. Asmodan gets stunned out, so they're slowing it down a little bit. But here comes the next hit. Gets a few, and can somebody kill them? No. So this time didn't really work out. Oh my god, that ragdoll hit. Woo! Baby. He got murdered. So in this case, Chili Mountain slowed it down a bit. Het! No! Lone talents down. One by one. And the kill against Asmodan now as well. Yeah, something might have happened here. I'm not quite sure why they are pausing. Maybe they had some problems with Discord, but boy, they just lost 3 heroes, and that push is now real trouble. So at the beginning, I would have said everything is going fairly well for Inting for Ruby because the Azmodan stacking, as it continues, will have a big impact on the game. Why does it have a big impact? Because eventually Azmodan gets to a point where you can take a minion wave down pretty much solo from any position. And that, of course, gives you a lot of map control. In addition to that, you can also get more damage in against heroes whenever you set a kill up. But now, with them losing 3 heroes like this in a row, this push is going to be an absolute disaster. That's currently 5 heroes that are pushing through the middle in an attempt to take this down. And yeah, that fort is pretty much toast. That's not a good look right now. Okay, 4-0. Yeah, the level 7 talents are in, and even if they don't take the fort just now, no, they will. They will. Yeah, they drop him. All right. Okay, so the level 7 talent coming in. We got the locked and loaded. We got the black claws. Another hit coming in, so they need to try and catch up on this one. Now, no team has turned in any gems just yet, so there's the next thing. But, whew, that is a bit nasty. Azmodan is still stacking, and he's stacking well, but losing the fort this early in the mid lane, that hurts. That just hurts. There's a level 7 talents now kicking in, and in this case we get the heavy slugs. Oh, by the way, Jimmy. Jimmy didn't even take his lone talent, so I guess he can now die whenever he wants. Nah, still want to stay alive, but yeah. So no loan for him. After the earlier Jimmy game where he just died over and over again, the loan was denied. Bank just simply came in and said, like, sorry, but you have just... like, there is nothing that we can do for you, my friend. Okay, you're not credit-worthy. I mean, what do you want me to tell you? Okay, so with that, we got still the single kill finding for Ruby. It's not quite the setup, though, that is looking for quick kills, but they still need to defend against the Web Weavers now, and that might be a little bit tricky. Azmodan is checking out some additional globes as much as he can, gets a few more hits in. That's some solid siege damage, of course, for him too, but they are still suffering here. Top lane is under massive pressure. At the bottom of the map, they were at least able to prevent the fort from falling, but top side, there's no way you accomplish that. The stacks also, for the Laws of Hope, are kicking in here, as you can see. So it's all about the regeneration globes, which makes it, of course, a fantastic pick for this map in particular. So, yeah, increasing the value out of the heals even further. And this is just such an amazing map for that. If you have... I mean, this is one of the reasons why they picked Jojo. It's not only Azmodan and the wave clear that they need, but as long as you rotate between 2 lanes, you can get mad stacks on this. So, she is sitting at 16 right now. Pretty decent. And I feel like you can get even more out of it if you play it properly. They were stopped in the rotation a bit earlier. They're obviously under pressure here. But at least in theory, that's a great talent to take. And I think we're going to see way more of it as the season continues. And as we are having more games on the current patch. Anyways, quest is already completed. On level 7 now, we got the bombardment kicking in. So there's the next one right here. We also have up at the top. Look at Azmodan. He's so happy. Whee! Usually he's flying on the carpet when he does that, but even riding on the crab, he is super happy with it. Arms to the side, and our boy is just having fun. It's like, whee! Faster! Yeah, he was always a jokester. That, on the other hand, damn, they are putting him in a corner. Oh my god, that's fat shaming right there. That's bullying, 100%. They're bullying Azmodan. He just has heavy bones. He's not really fat. I mean, Mal'Ganis seriously should know better. You are not really a beauty to look at either. Azmodan goes down, but Mal'Ganis gets his ass handed to him as well. But of course, now every single fort is destroyed, and Chili Mountain is just pinning them down here. They are absolutely killing them. There's a keep that gets attacked at the 7-minute mark, and I'm not quite sure that they can save this one. Get Tide of Sin at this point attacked as well. Hyperion is in, the level 10 abilities. I mean, Chili Mountain had them, of course, earlier, which is one of the reasons why they could pull all of this off. That's a lot of gems, by the way, that Chromie just lost. Oh, bless Shield. Nice! Gia gets attacked as well, and he has no chance. Okay, so they're saving their keeps, at least for now. And that's 3 kills to 0. They have 86 gems still. That's not too bad. That's a turn-in. But they need to take structures down. Azmodan is sitting at 230. And especially with his level 10, he can now control this a little bit better. Could, for example, set one up against the top lane. And probably should. And I guess that's what we're seeing in just a second. Yep, right there. Bam! The problem that you have is you don't collect the gems if you don't move onto the lane. That's a little bit of an issue. So that's one of the problems that you have. But it helps him stacking as well. So now he's at 258. Our boy is definitely going to get to the 400, always assuming the game takes that long, once that he hits level 20. So, 21 stacks for Jojo. So that's kind of neat. At that point, we have her with an additional 10% already. Yeah, so good for her. And that is a pretty significant heal that she can get out. It also opens up your healer to deal with others a little bit more and not so much focus on you. Another good hit. And look at Marke. Marke, whenever he's hit with an Orb Annihilation, is nearly down to 50% HP. And, well, that's going to continue. So they get some damage in, but there's not a single fort that they've been able to take down yet. The timing on the camp in the mid lane of Chili Mountain was also kind of nice. When you look at the stacks and all the damage that is being dished out here, Asmodan, he's doing okay. But you look at Tracer and she's sitting at 20,000, Chromie at 18, Hogger is sitting at 19,000, nearly at 20 himself. The 13 talent advantage for Chili Mountain is another big problem. And they still have more than enough gems to go for Web Weaver Wave number 2. And I know it sounds a little bit weird, Web Weaver Wave number 2 for them, since they already destroyed every single fort and nearly took the bottom keep. But, well, that's where it's at. Their push power is pretty incredible, especially with all of the kills that they're able to lock in. Yeah, so now they're going to try to Hogger. Oinks away on the money pick. But what are they getting? Bot lane. There's the attack. Back coming in. Gia, Marker, and yeah, they're just prepping for the Web Weavers to get dropped even further out. Bot lane, they need to deal with it. I mean, honestly, the blue team has to focus on the bot lane right now, first and foremost. And in the meantime, the red team can just simply attack any lane they want and try to get their keep here. We got the chain of command here. Always knew that Asmodan was a military guy. And we also got the giddy up with the extra movement speed. Okay, so here comes the lock again. They just can't get enough. Backhold, he's not going to fall that easily. Good hits from Asmodan, still stacks him a bit further. He is already crossed over to more than 300 stacks, is closing in on the 400, but it doesn't change the fact that they are up against a mad push in the mid, top, and bot lane. In the middle, Rexa dealt with it mostly. At the top, they still have to take the Web Weaver down, and down here the keep is going to take a little bit more damage, I suppose. Another good hit against Chromie, so there's that. But they got the level 16 talent. They're 3 levels ahead now. They are 3 levels ahead, which is just nasty. And with all the damage that Asmodan might be doing here whenever he gets good hits together, well, how does that help you if you're a talent behind, if you're 3 levels behind? And Chili Mountain is just looking at us saying, guys, even the stats advantage is already out of this world. If you just keep this up, we can crush this. So, yeah, they're going to be trying. Here comes the play. Jimmy is at the top. And Hatter has taken down the Web Weavers, but their keep has suffered and is still suffering at the bottom of the map. Already, blind as a bat. Melganis is going for it. And here we go. It's also an interesting conundrum here. Rexa, as usual, the man with the mask, is moving straight into the game. I'm Batman. And Melganis is on the other. I'm Batman. So I have no idea who in this game, in this case, would be Batman. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we have Batman and Robin in. Well, Batman and Robin would be Rexa and Misha. I don't know. Anyways, so we have a double Batman in this game. This is all I'm trying to say. 6 kills against 3. But, yeah. Mid lane, that's where we go. At that point, let's have a... Oh, careful, Jimmy! Hat! Nah! And a good move against Melganis. Alright. Alright, Melganis is down. Asmodan is nearly done with this quest. One more hit is all he needs. And then we have it. Whee! Asmodan is always so happy when he's on a mount. Like, I don't know, I like him. Okay, there's the turn-in. That would be quite the comeback, by the way, if they pull this one off. Chili Mountain is obviously out to end the series here. They want to lock in this victory with a 3-1. They're probably already a bit annoyed that they lost on the last map. But now there is finally some structural pressure all up at the top side. And this is before the Web Weavers are down. Just saying, that fort is down before the Web Weavers are even here. I mean, Melganis earlier was trying to go for the Dark Conversion, so couldn't get that in, and therefore he died. But that is always an option. Honestly, it would be nice if either Lucio interrupts or if Jojo interrupts, but they're trying to go for the keep now. And Asmodan is fully stacked. On level 16, he has his total annihilation here, so that's even more damage. Paint and Red is in. They are getting stronger. They're scaling. They're scaling. And Asmodan's level 20 is also going to have quite the impact here if they can get to that level. Another hit is coming. Chia, look at the damage output from Asmodan whenever he connects that. If there's a good setup, maybe with a nice blessed shield and 2 or 3 are caught at the same position, Asmodan can do some work. I mean, he's chunking them. But someone has to follow up and lock the kills in. That's the problem. 26,000 for Mind Talk by now. And as you can see, he's easily taking these waves down. So map control is going to be much easier for them at this point. Much, much easier. Okay. I mean, he doesn't even have to be in the lane. As I explained, the problem is that you're missing out on the gems. So that's the problem. But if you don't care about that too much, if you're in a position where it doesn't really matter as much, then you are going to be in a great spot if you're just pushing the lanes out, you know, and prep for the game a little bit. Alright, 25 gems turned in against 22. We have still a 2-level advantage for Chili Mountain, so it's pretty significant how far they are ahead. Especially with level 20 around the corner. But one fort has been eliminated, but they need to do so much more. They need to take some of these structures down if they want to have a chance here. So, yeah. Oh, there's the one. Alrighty. Mind Talk. They're turning into 3. Yeah. Hat. Bring it, baby. Bring it. There we go. Web Weavers are in the house. Of course, the level 20 or Chili Mountain will be a problem, but at some point, you gotta do it, right? At some point, you just have to accept the situation that you're in. 32 stacks for Jojo. That means that she has an additional 15% healing now. So, in total, it puts her to 35. That's a pretty significant setup. Can you imagine her in the late game rocking like 60 or something? People attack her and Jojo's like, nope, not a problem. Don't worry about me. I'm fine, I'm fine. Yeah, that's the Hyperion. They really want this one. They're zoning them out already quickly. Bot lane, that's another thing. Asmodan can help that out. Jojo is already on the point, and they still haven't gotten the fort. Guys, I know you're up against level 20, but what's the game plan here? At some point, you gotta bite the bullet. You gotta make a play. You can't just simply try and slow it down. You're never gonna be in a position where you can slow it down enough. So you have to fight a fight without level 20 talents eventually, I suppose. I would be shocked if Chili Mountain would allow them to soak 2 levels before that happens. So yeah, they're double checking here. Backhood! Ah, no stun, nothing. Nothing that was even close. Alright. What can they do here? Mind Talk. Come on, where's that 3-pointer when you need it, right? Look how Backhood is just out there now. Yeah, another good hit. It's good damage, but it doesn't matter. I mean, there's meaningful damage and there's just like chip-in damage that doesn't really matter at all. And at least for now, Asmodan, he might get a little bit more of all of this, but it's not like there's any pressure on the heroes. They eat the damage, can fall back a little bit, get healed back up. This, on the other hand, if they can control the choke point here, that might be a different story. Good damage against the backline. That was the first one, but they need a little bit more than that. Hat goes down first together with Misha. Robin is dead, and now they're taking Jojo down. Chili Mountain, they want to end the game here, and they're just absolutely out of control. Mind Talk falls too, and that's an easy kill. Yes, they took their time, they waited for the perfect opportunity, and they found it. They come in swinging, they get the kill, and the core is gonna fall here. This will be a 3-1 victory for Chili Mountain. Rexa is down, and there it is. The 5-man team wipe as they drop them on Tomb of the Spider Queen, and that is a 3-1 victory for Chili Mountain in this series on Playday number 13 of the Masters Clash. Nicely done. Congratulations to Chili Mountain for a well-deserved W.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.